Hello everyone, and welcome to another day of NGS action. Today we are going to be having a double header, but starting off right away, it's Division B East, Hotstads versus Frank's Furters. Now let's take a quick look at the standings. I'm going to go a little bit quicker than normal, just because all 10 players are already in lobby. Doesn't necessarily mean we'll start right away, but definitely is a possibility, as give the one moment for the standings thing to refresh properly. And there it is. Okay, Frank's Furters, 8 points in 8th place, and Hotstad's 4th place with 17 points. So they're definitely going to be favored a bit over in the standings this time around. But, I mean, Frank's Furters, they are one of those teams. They are definitely capable of winning. They've definitely won some games. So I don't expect this to be super one-sided, but I will give Hotstads a slight edge. Now, looking over at the map picks, the coin toss was won by Frank's Furters, and they decided on first pick. So Hotstads, they banned out Cursed Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Frank's Furters banned out Sky Temple and Alterac Pass. And map number 1 will be Brax's Holdout. Now, Brax is a fun map. There's a lot of different draft choices you can do. I've even been seeing quite a bit of different strategies coming out from all these NGS teams, and the most notable one that I've seen is a 2-3 setup where you permanently have 2 players in the top lane and 3 players in the bot lane, because most teams are not going to be drafting for that. So even if you're losing in the 1v1 and the 4v4, if you force it to be a 2 and 3 and you know that going in, your 2 will always beat any of their 2. And sure, your 3 will lose against their 4, but if that happens, you're winning so much harder over in the off lane that it doesn't really matter too much. Now, with that being said, Brax's Holdout is going to be one of those favorite maps of mine. Lots of fighting on that, and lots of picks that are super good on it. You want that defense coming out from like the Tassadar, the Gul'dan. Junkrat's pretty good as well. And then, other than that, it's just really about holding the points or being able to fight. So stuff like Garrosh, Joanna, also going to be very valuable. And I think my other favorite part about Brax's Holdout is a lot of teams just have very different ways of looking at the map. Some of them decide to focus harder on the camp. Some of them decide to focus harder on the actual team fights. Some of them just focus on holding the point and slowly but surely pushing the other team off of it with the Zerg. It is a bit of a snowballing map. If you're able to get a solid lead by 10 minutes, it's quite a bit easier to just slowly but surely close out the game in a way that's safe and in a way that puts your team up ahead. Now, it does look like we are having the ready check. Both teams throwing out the readies. And Frank's Furters throwing out the, not even sure what that emote is. But they always throw down a line of emotes right before every single game. That's their way of letting people know that they are ready. So both teams are good, and we should be heading into draft momentarily. Oh, JK, they need to check my ready check again. But close enough. We're good. We're getting started. Let's head into game number 1 between Hotstads and Frank's Furters.
Holdout.
All right. Well, we're in the first draft of the day. Let's get those predictions in. Let's get those channel points getting tossed into the T-shirt challenge. By the way, if we get 100,000 points, I will be giving away 1 free NGS T-shirt to someone who's in the chat in the day we hit 100,000 points. So be sure not to miss it. Be sure to toss in your points, and we can get that going as soon as possible. But now the draft has begun, and like I said, first pick going to be over on the side of Frank's Furters. That means they will also have first ban. And it really depends on the strategy they want to go for. It depends on what they feel they're more worried about. And with the Tassadar bans, it seems like they want to make sure that they don't give any solid defenses available for Frank's Furters. Now, Oriole going to be the next ban coming out of Hotstads. Just overall a strong healer right now. Not surprised to see that getting removed. Is slowly being learned how to play into. but it does require specific drafts. It does require specific strategies. And if you're not able to hit those, that Oriole is incredibly powerful. It would provide so much healing, especially once that level 16 talent is hit. And the well just keeps growing. It's really difficult to out DPS the healing without being able to burst them down. But now, interestingly enough, it is going to be the Arthas ban coming out of Frank's Furters. Now, I have been seeing Arthas played in a multitude of different lanes at this point. I've seen it played in the off lane for Brax's holdout. I've seen it in Europe, I've seen it in NGS, and I've seen it in some of my own Storm League games, to be honest. And I am around the rank of Division B, though not for long. I'm dropping pretty hard, but either way, it is something that's definitely gaining popularity. And final ban going to be Whitemane from Hot Stads, and Blaze will be the first pick for Frank's Furters. Now, most likely that will be going into the off lane, is very good at holding the lane. And once those later game team fights start coming out, the Blaze is also incredibly powerful, as Falstad going to get locked in for Kakarot and Dahaka for Godly Noob. So they do have two globals on the side of Hot Stats. Now, it isn't quite as powerful on Braxis as it is on other maps, but it is still very good. By no means I don't want to take away from that advantage. Having the Flight, having the Brush Stalker, they're able to get into fights really fast. They're able to push the pace. And being able to push the pace when you're ahead matters a lot. Even those extra 5-10 seconds will add up. As Joanna locked in for Dowling Pig and Rainer for Boggs. So with that, there will be a Rainer, there will be a Blaze. They have the Stim Pack composition unlocked right now by Frank's Furters. So they are ready to go. Now the next set of bans will be coming out shortly. It will be the Deckard Kane banned by Hot Stats. And they're just targeting out the healers. They're just trying to make sure Frank's Furters do not get their choice of healer. They're going to have to go pretty far down the list at this point with 3 healers banned away. And Hot Stats gets to pick 2 next. So very good chance they'll be able to get rid of a 4th healer there. Assuming they do pick up their own. And frankly, I would be surprised if they don't. Since they've already picked their offlaner, what they could decide to do with that last counter pick is to use it for a flex. Something that's going to be like the game changer for them. But obviously it depends on the team's preferences there. And now Tychus will be the final ban for Frank's Furters. Also pretty decent at defending, and probably the best attack damage carry rather than mage. That's really good at dealing with the Zerg Rush, especially with Commandeer Odin, able to get quite a bit of damage over to that backline very easily, super long range. And it will be the Ando and Muradin combo coming out from user Aaron Krogden. Now with the Dwarf Toss, it does make a much easier Light Bomb combo available. So that could be their main source of engage. And Muradin also definitely one of those tanks that can just hold on to the zone, hold on to the control point for a very long time. So not surprised to see that locked in there as well. Now final picks coming out from Frank's Furters. It will be Uther and D.Va. Okay, so that's interesting. Uther, really solid healer, also kind of a frontliner. And D.Va, another bruiser getting locked in for Frank's Furters. So in a way, they have 3, maybe even 4 if you count Uther as a frontliner there. Huge beefcakes. It will be Rainer, the main carry on their team, as Kel'Thuz going to be the final pick coming out of Hot Stats. So my one concern with Frank's Furters is, do they have enough DPS? Because Muradin's going to be pretty tanky, Dahaka is going to be pretty tanky. But I think if they're able to get onto the backline, they can absolutely devastate them and just snowball that into an early victory. They're going to be so hard to push off the point. But with that, I digress, because it's time to start game number 1. All right, and here we are, game number 1, Braxis holdout between Hot Stads and Frank's Furters. Now, one other thing I am a bit curious about is what talent Kakarot's going to go for level 1. Because typically Hammerang is better on this map, but at the same time, if they do go the Hammerang build, it will be 2 mages on the side of Hot Stads. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That could definitely still work, but because it's such a really frontline composition coming out of Frank's Furters, it could make it a bit more difficult to play. And with that, it actually will be frequent fire. So it will be that auto attack build coming out from the fall stat. Not as much to soak, but I was saying earlier about the 2-3 setup, and it looks like that might be the plan coming out of hot stats. They are positioned very defensively over in the bot lane, and that could give it away a little bit of Frank's Furters. And just in case we missed it, it is going to be DJ Coldcuts in the 4 squad in the bot lane. As Kakarot and Godly Noob going to be holding out the top side. And it is okay to give this push in early. I mean, there's not really too much advantage they can get. They don't really have a lot of siege. It's just going to be this one Rainer. And Rainer, not exactly the best at shoving in, but now they have brought 2 members. They have already shown that they're bringing 2 members. So Indecisive is going top, and DJ Coldcuts as well. So they're actually bringing in 3, and now the fight is breaking through. Godly Noob gonna spot out all 3 members, and now could be in a bad spot. The dragon not going to land, but will be able to just back it up. Will be resetting, and Kakarot's gonna be holding the top lane now. The Magic Master trying to use the Oil Slick foreplay in the bot lane, but will not be able to. Now the Brush Stalker is coming out. Magic Master could be in a bad spot. Jet Propulsion does land, but not able to escape with the drag back. It will be first blood as Kakarot able to get that kill. And that's the power of globals, being able to even reset and just get right back into lane. Gives such a big advantage once those fights do come through. And now with the clear they have from Cue Ball, they're actually in a really good spot to just fully defend out in this bot lane now. Frank's Furters, they are bringing multiple members top. Godly Noob going to be able to get a little bit of push. It actually gets the cannon tower as well as most of the gate. But now the drag does land. It is Indecisive. Hammer of Justice just going to be slowing them down. And Krogden able to take the beacon in the bot lane, but that will be taken back over by Indecisive. So 6% will go over towards hot stats, but nothing too extreme yet. As both sides get started on their siege camps, hot stats will lock theirs in. Boggs will be able to cap that as well. And now once again, it is 3v2 in the bot lane by Frank's Furters. There is a drag, but with Magic Master, it's just going to be for poke. I don't think they really expect to get that kill, as DJ Coldcuts try to be annoying in the bot side. But now the siege camp is pushing in. The gravity lap's not going to be able to land. DJ Coldcuts just getting autoed by Krogden. Krogden seems to be having a little bit of fun with that. We'll be able to heal back up via trait, and user error is here as well. As now they are defending on to the point, and they're actually dealing quite a bit of damage. The Chastise will land on DJ Coldcuts, and if they're able to land the Flame Strike, DJ Coldcuts almost going to be losing the mech, but will be fine. Will have the healing coming out from Indecisive, but they're still not going to be able to get the point back for a while. 52% on the beacon now for hot stats, as they're gearing up to get that Zerg Rush pushed in, and they're pushing the top lane, also really starting to pressure forward. The drag not going to land, but I think with just the 2 of them for now, they're not really going to have too much kill pressure. At least no one blazes at that level of HP. As I always forget what this thing's called. I call it the Cyclone. It is the Gravity Lapse. Okay. But now it's actually going to be a little bit of time for Frank's Furters to hold on to the point. And now user error getting jumped upon. It will get finished off. Boggs able to have more than enough damage to take them on. And that was 3v3. So they're able to win that 3v3. And now they're going to keep hold onto both of these points. DJ Coldcuts is able to get right back into the mech. So they're going to be in a really good spot for this fight. But now DJ Coldcuts could be a little bit too far. The drag does land on a Magic Master with the stasis. Magic Master gets knocked further back, and they're able to take that down. So now it's 2-1 for hot stats. Medaling Pig in the top side as well. And with that, they will get the Zerg. They will be able to keep the control point. And now Kakarot's going to have to defend into this. Will be forced to reset. Not a lot of mana, but it does seem like hot stats are going to be bringing up the rest of their team to the top side instead to help defend into this. Now user error just trying to keep Hogden alive. Godly Noob just trying to deal damage in the backline, and actually is able to take quite a bit of them. And now Godly Noob in a bad spot, already used the stasis, is trying to heal back up and will be able to. Flame Strike just going to land onto the minions in the backline. Hammerang as well, mostly being used just to get in the way. But now they do need someone that can reach the back, and the Flame Strike will take down one of these Guardians. The second one will go down here, and the third one. So that's going to be the full Zerg cleaned up, and really not that much damage to their lane. They still have the gate. They still have the bottom cannon tower. They do lose the top one entirely, but Considering that's 100% Zerg Rush, they got about the same damage over in the spot lane. So really well defended on the side of Hot Stads. And I think a big part of that defense really comes down to Godly Noob. Kind of min-maxing the Dehaka there, able to just run in and just take down one of the Guardians right away. And most of the push, most of the damage does come through them. So by clearing it out, just made it a lot easier to defend on the side of Hot Stads. Now Kakarot's going to be clearing out the siege camp. Both teams are just going to be doing their chores, making sure that all of their camps get cleared out. This Kakarot's the last one that unfortunately is not back in a lane, but shouldn't take too long either. And now every single neutral going to start pushing out these lanes. Now Krogden just trying to help clear away these siege minions. And with the Flame Strike, shouldn't be too much hard. A Living Bomb as well going to land onto them. And will spread onto Dallying Pig as well, just for good measure. Not going to be able to deal too much damage, but, I mean, damage is damage. And now looking at the stacks, we do have Hammer of the Lightbringer. Slowly but surely coming back up. And with those extra autos, they're also going to be able to get more of those stuns coming out. Hammer of Justice. Leap of Faith going to get used for Cue Ball as Boggs and Dallying Pig were actually able to get right on top of Cue Ball. Would definitely be a dangerous spot, but now Godly Noob fighting with Kakarot over in this back line. Or in this bot lane, sorry. And it does seem like Kakarot and Godly Noob do have the push in their favor. They've been winning out on this 2v2 for the most part, except the one time where they didn't, and they ended up losing a member. Now the beacons are going to be active in about 20 seconds as another drag does land. They're aiming towards Magic Master. Will be forced to use the jet propulsion for defense. Now in the top lane, the 3v3, the fight is going to be coming through here soon. Indecisive looking for the hammer. Not going to be able to land it quite yet. Both teams about to hit that level 10. Slightly ahead is Hot Stads, but not by much. So even if they do get this advantage, they'll only have a very short time frame to try and use it. And they are going to go onto Indecisive. Light Bomb will land onto the healer. And the Uther is gone. Indecisive going to go down immediately. Now the drag not going to land, but either way the Iron Skin was there. And it will be 2 beacons held on. And it will also be this top lane going down. Now, DJ Cold Cuts and Magic Master immediately going to get onto this bot side, but Kakarot's here, Godly Noob is here. Level 10s are now up for both teams. And the trading will begin. They do have the drag onto the Diva. As the bounce going on, the Bunny Hop not going to be able to stun anyone up, as they're actually able to take down the Rainer over on the top side. The Magic Master will dodge away on the drag, as Godly Noob and Kakarot able to zone everyone off. And they will continue channeling this beacon. Now, like I said, there was also a kill in this top side, but it looks like the fight on the bot lane still going on. Magic Master trying to play forward, will use the bunker, but because of that, they will have to give up this beacon once again. The Magic Master still there on top. Godly Noob starting to get low on mana as well. Kakarot trying to auto back, and will be able to some extent, but Boggs has respawned and is back to the bot lane as well as Godly Noob actually going to get canceled in a really bad spot. Gust will come out, but Boggs already able to land the final shot there as they're able to get a kill back for themselves. Frank's Furters are still trying to fight. They're still trying to contest, and they're not giving up on this game yet. But Hot Stads, they're still the ones that are getting more out of this push. They're looking for the top lane forward. Indecisive in the back line will dodge away onto the Chastise. Krogden could be in a bad spot, and I said Krogden's in a bad spot. Cue Ball is really the one struggling. User Arrow needs to get them forward. Will have the shield, will have the Leap of Faith. And now they have the Light Well as well. But overall, Cue Ball able to get out of that sticky situation. Definitely not the best position to be in, but user error. And with the help of Krogden, able to get close enough to use that Leap of Faith on a Cue Ball. But either way, that's a good chunk of that top lane fort gone. And now it is going to be the 2v2 in the backside. DJ Cold Cut starting to get low. Will not get kicked out of the mech quite yet. But now Magic Master just tanking these autos. Kakarot just free hitting the entire time because of the drag. And only a few more hits are needed. But with the bunker can buy a little bit of time. Jet Propulsion used as well. Kakarot is fast, but not fast enough through the oil slick. But now in the meanwhile, there's a team fight happening at the top side. Cue Ball in a bad spot. They have the Chastity. They have the Phoenix. Boggs starting to get pretty low, but D-Shield is going to come out. And with the Condemned, they're still fighting onto the Phoenix, but the Phoenix is now gone. User error in a bad spot with the Chastity. It's not going to be enough. Boggs able to get the kill. Cue Ball is there in the backline as well. Gravity Lapse as well with the Flame Strike. And the Flame Strike will give that Living Bomb as well. Another Gravity Lapse, but again, the damage just isn't there right now. They're all starting at so low, but it is going to be the kill onto the Murden. Boggs has more than enough for that. But in the bot lane, Godly Noob and Kakarot able to win the 2v2. And now, I know T-Tour's in chat, whatever, but right now, there's fighting on each side of the map constantly. It's impossible to get every single kill. But that just really shows how much these two teams, they want to fight for this. They want to make sure to hold on to this point. Now the drag isn't going to land. Dowling Pig trying to buy time, but is quite low. Will have the Iron Skin, but now they have the healer. Indecisive is going to be getting hit. And the Chastise is not going to land. The drag will be able to be dodged by Indecisive. They have the control beacon on the top side. But now the bot side going the way of Frank's Furters, as we are starting the classic Braxis holdout merry-go-round, as both teams just going in circles, taking the point when it's their turn. But now the drag is going to land by Godly Noob, just trying to follow DJ Coldcut's back. Not able to get too much done there. It is 3v2 in the bottom, but now they have Boggs. Boggs is definitely the target they want. His Magic Master will also be their bunny hop onto Godly Noobs. The Godly Noobs is getting low and will get finished off. So there will be a pick off for them. But in the meanwhile, Dallying Pig also in a pretty bad spot. Blessed Shield does come through and will buy enough space that they will be fine for now. But now Cue Ball getting jumped upon. But when it's just Indecisive and Dallying Pig, they don't have the damage for it. And trying to get the orb, but Krogden is just going to use the Dwarf Toss to get ahead. Cue Ball could be in a bad spot. They are taking a decent amount of damage, but Indecisive also taking down to half HP, a little bit low. Stormbolt not going to land. And with that, the play is going to get reset. Now, the Bruiser Camp is being attacked right now by Frank's Furters, but Kakarot and Godly Noob looking for the play. DJ Coldcuts will get dismounted, not going to be able to use the self-destruct. And with the isolation, they're able to get the kill, and they're able to get started on the Zerg Rush. It's 100-0 this time around. Now, Krogden still fighting in the middle of everyone. It is 3v3 in this top lane, but Cue Ball low on mana, but Kakarot's here for the extra damage, able to take down Indecisive. And now Dallying Pig will be there in the middle of all the Zerg, and with the Light Bomb, they're able to take down Dallying Pig as well. It's a 2-0. Hot's dads are very far ahead. They're able to take down the fort as well, as it was just standing there on its last legs. And now the Zerg, with even a couple Banelings left, will start pushing down onto this top lane wall, trying to start pressing onto this keep. Now Boggs just trying to auto Cue Ball over it, but actually takes a massive amount of DPS coming from Cue Ball. And now the self-destruct will come through. DJ Coldcuts will be low and will get finished off. It will clear most of the Zerg, but DJ Coldcuts has to trade their life for it. And now the wall is gone. The keep will take a little bit of damage, about a quarter, maybe a third of its health, as the final little Hydralisk just doing its best. And that's a massive win for Hotstats. I was saying earlier how this map is very snowbally, and that might have been the breaking point. Once you get that little advantage, it's so much easier to hold on to it. And we can already see that immediately they're going to the bot lane. They're going to take the bot fort as well. And with that, they're going to have passive push in both lanes. And when they ping pong the waves back and forth, theirs will be able to go further, as Cue Ball able to land a lot of damage onto the backline. Magic Master going in with a jet propulsion. And Krogden is on the backline. Boggs now in the bunker as well. They're starting DPS onto it. And Boggs will be in a bad spot and will get hit with the drag. D-Shield will come out in time. Bunny Hop, jet propulsion on 3. They're able to take down 2. Godly Noob still alive in the backline. Could take down DJ Coldcuts. DJ Coldcuts will go down to the living bomb. And the drag will land. They're able to take down Magic Master. They're able to trade one back. But Krogden and Godly Noob are solo, and Krogden gets sniped by Boggs and DJ Coldcuts. It's a 3-for-1, and they do have the siege minions over on the top side. There is also the boss available, and they could look to take that. This could be defended by Hotstats. They will have 2 members ready, and they will have flight on their fall stat, but they're nowhere near, and it is going to be Frank's Furters taking down the Archangel, and I believe that will go to the top lane. If I'm not mistaken, yes, it will be going to the lane that has the least amount of damage onto the forts. So now it's not the super late game Archangel, but it is still an almost 15-minute Archangel. So it will be doing a lot of damage to all of these walls. And now with the fort going to be the next play, Godly Noob going to land the drag, but it is just going to be on the Joanna. Not the target they want, but still able to get a decent amount of poke damage. as DJ Coldcut still staying in Baby Diva. And as I say that, we'll finally switch back into the mech. The Dragon not going to land by Godly Noob, but the Archangel will get finished off. That's still going to be a lot of damage onto the wall in the fort, so definitely worth grabbing for Frank's Furters. Not to mention the actual experience you get as Krongdon looking for the light bomb and not going to be able to land it. Magic Master has a good angle, but will go wide. Cue Ball is able to back away with the gust coming out of Kakarot. Now Godly Noob has the drag onto DJ Coldcuts, and the Flame Strike lands on it too. Now Bunny Hop trying to look for the stun, able to find it in the last second onto Krongdon. And with 67 HP left on the mech, is able to use the rock boosters to get away. But now Godly Noob is on the backline. Krongdon following up. They have the stun. They're going to be able to take down this Devo. But the D-Shield keeping the mech alive once again at 70 HP. As DJ Coldcuts surviving just barely twice with the mech. Now they are going to set up the lanes the way they like to on the side of Hot Stats. But this does also mean it's 5v3 in the top side. If they want to start pressing down onto this fort, they very well could. But they have to be careful, because if they're able to defend long enough on the side of Hot Stats, they can start looking for this bottom keep. His Dowling Pig gotta be getting hit. Flame Strike onto the backline as well. And the Living Bomb will transfer to DJ Coldcut, so it's a little bit of extra value poke. As now all 5 members are going to be grooving here. Jet Propulsion lands onto the backline, but now they are split. DJ Coldcut's going to get hit with the stun, and this time we'll be able to get off the self-destruct, and Cue Ball will get hit by it almost, as the Leap of Faith will be there for the defense, able to prevent that massive burst damage landing onto their Kalthus. But now Boggs is in a bad spot. The drag will land, and that's the target you want. That's a DPS gone. And now they do have the stasis coming out from Godly Noob. Bunny Hop has already been used as well. So Hot's Dad's able to take control of this jungle, and they're able to take down Indecisive with the light bomb stun. Able to take down the healer, and now they're trying to body block DJ Coldcut's. Not the easiest target to take down, but that's going to be the beacons in their favor. And look at how much damage these siege minions have been able to get over in the bot lane. They have both beacons, they have this bruiser camp, and they're starting on the top lane siege camp as well. Hot Stats, their lead's starting to grow. And with the Zerg, they might even be able to hit level 20 during this push. And that would be pretty big for them. Having the talent advantage, it could be their opportunity to try and end the game. Now Krongdon jumping on the backline, able to land on a Dowling Pig. They have the isolation thrown out as well. But DJ Coldcut's able to just walk it out on the drag. Once again with the chastise, Dowling Pig starting to get low. Blessed Shield does get utilized, but the burst damage, the CC chain is just too good coming out of Hot Stats. And now they have their level 20. Now they've already used a good chunk of it, as Boggs gonna get stunned up. Krongdon with the light bomb won't be able to lock down Boggs, but the wind wall will throw them into the wall. D-Shield trying to keep the Rainer alive, but Indecisive will go down first. Boggs still stuck against the wall with the Phoenix. And while Boggs getting healed by Indecisive's clone, Magic Masters will go down in the backline. DJ Coldcut's also gets finished off, and with the drag, they're able to take down Boggs. DJ Coldcut's last survivor, and the Gravity Lapse won't land, but it won't matter, because Hot Stats with the Zerg Rush, they're able to take down Frank's Furters and win game number 1. I mean, very close game for the most part. And Frank's Furters' strategy of having that solo carry Boggs was working for a good chunk of it. But Hot Stats, their duo lane in the top lane was working out so well. And I was talking earlier about sometimes when you know you're the one that's in control, when you decide if it's a 2-3 or if it's a 1-4 when it's in your control, that's when you're able to just take advantage of the draft, take advantage of the fact that, yes, Dehaka doesn't win into Blaze, and Falstad doesn't win into Indecisive, but the two of them together do 100% win into the two of them. So really well played by Hot Stats, once again just showing the strategy that can be played on Brax's Holdout. Now with that, we're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, it'll be game number 2, so don't go anywhere. All right, and welcome back, everyone, as I veered slightly to your right, my left. But we are here for game number 2 between Hotsdads and Frank's Furters, and this time we are going to Towers of Doom. Now, Towers of Doom, very fun map, and I was going to say Dahaka, definitely top tier on this one. So we'll get banned away by Hotsdads immediately, as we have the prediction running already, so be sure to get your votes in before it's too late. Not that it really matters if you don't want to do it, but Tassadar is still going to be the ban coming out of Frank's Furters, just trying to keep that off of Hotsdads' roster. And Ariel gonna once again be the ban coming out of Hotsdads. And incidentally, Hotsdads do have first pick this time around. So was map pick by Frank's Furters. They want to play on towers. They think they can beat Hotsdads there. And we're just going to have to see how these drafts go, how these picks go, and most importantly, how this map will go once they are finally on it and trying to trade back and forth. As Tychus will be the second ban coming out of Frank's Furters, and an instant false ad for Kakarot. Now, if they want Blaze again, it is open, but I do think Blaze has slightly lower clear speed than something like Leoric. So if that's something that they think is more important here, because Towers of Doom, I think for most offlaners, is one of the more boring maps. It is more about just constantly double soaking, double clearing, and then only joining in a couple fights per game. But those couple fights do end up mattering. But they're going to leave that out in the open for now. It is going to be Deckard Cain for Indecisive and the Joanna for Dallying Pig. And Godly Noob actually going to go on the Urel. Now, Urel, I believe, isn't quite as good at double soaking, but is very good at team fights and is very good at just surviving. Massive tank bruiser, I guess, coming out. And a Nubarak for Krogden. With that much easier engage, going to be coming through for Hotsdads. So now next set of bans coming in. Frank's Furters most likely will need to get rid of another DPS and a healer. That's kind of what's left. The Flex and the healer from Hotsdads. I'm not sure if there's any big healers they would want to ban away this time around, especially with the Nubarak still there. They did get rid of the Anduin, just to probably get rid of the Light Bomb, get rid of that Leap of Faith. But I don't think it's quite as powerful as it was in the last game. As Melthiel going to get banned by Hotsdads. And I'm wondering if that's to keep the Urel protected, and potentially could be pointing that they want a triple frontline composition this time around. Because Malthiel is really good into triple frontline. Probably the single best hero in the game for it. Now Frank's Furters still need to lock in 2 more. And once again, it is going to be the Rainer for Boggs. And Magic Master going to be on the Li Ming. Now that's definitely a little bit more of an exciting hero. Bit difficult to play into a Nubarak, but definitely playable. But gonna have to watch out for those Scarabs. Able to tank on basically every single ability except the Disintegrate if they do go for that heroic. As now it is going to be Kelthus for Cue Ball once again, and the Rhaegar for User Error. But they'll still have quite a bit of heals coming out, and they will also have that Ancestral Healing as the heroic ability. Definitely able to keep the team quite a bit more alive. Now final pick has been left for Frank's Furters, and they're going to leave it for their offlaner. I don't think Rainer or Li Ming can offlane super well. And it's going to be the Rexar. Okay, Urel versus Rexar. Not what I'm used to seeing on Towers of Doom. But could be an interesting look, especially if they want to fight each other. I do think Rexar has a bit of an easier time into Urel. Especially with Misha having that extra little bit of range on Rexar himself. Might add just enough pressure to shove Godly Noob out of the lane. But either way, that was our draft. That was our chance for both these two teams to show what they're going to be playing for Towers of Doom. And let's get into it. It's game number 2. All right, and we have loaded into Towers of Doom. Hotsdads currently leading 1-0 over Frank's Furters. As Frank's Furters doing their customary rotation around the core. I'm actually not sure. I know they usually do this. I might have missed it in that game number 1. I'm not sure if they did it or not, or if I just wasn't looking. But this is usually how they start the games. And then it looks like both teams just going to be headed straight for the mid lane. And very interestingly enough, it's not going to be the Shield Glare build coming out of the Joanna. Now, it will once again be frequent flyer, so it is going to be an auto attack false at a Dallying Pig. Could be in a bad spot, but with the Scroll of Sealing, able to buy quite a bit of space. Kakarot's the one that's really on the losing trade of that entire ordeal. It will also be ace in the hole, so we'll give that 12% bonus damage, and giving some pepper will slow as well. That'll definitely help add to that DPS. But now mid lane's already shoved in, and both teams going to the bot lane. But Magic Master started there. We'll be able to get the early move. We'll be able to give a little bit of extra show because the Impale does land on 2. But they can't stay and fight. They have to go catch their wave. A bit of trading happening on the top side as once again Kakarot just grouping into the off lane. Now Magic Master this time will reply quite a bit faster. Is already prepared for it. We'll shove out this mid lane with the Arcane Orb, with the Magic Missile. Won't be able to collect all of the soak from it, but they're still going to be able to get that lane pushed in. And now the Sapper Camp does get started by both these two teams. Frank's Furters should be able to finish theirs off soon. Same with Hot Stads, as it will just have that trade of siege camps. Now that being said, Godly Noob is going to get mashed by Magic Master. And really the entire squad of Frank's Furters, 3 of them anyway, are starting to group onto Godly Noob's Urel. But we'll be able to just back out slowly. That is the main strength of the Urel. You're really tanky, so you really don't care if you do get jumped upon, as long as it isn't all 5 members. Now, the Sapper Camp already cleared by Hot Stads, but they have their own pushing in with a Scroll of Sealing, zoning them out, and Boggs just DPSing onto it. It will just be both teams losing their Sapper Camps, not able to get any value. I know there is still this one alive, but not for long. At least, I don't think for long. Impale not going to land onto anyone. This Sapper has survived way longer than I thought. Okay, there he goes. But now it is going to be cleared for both sides. They just wanted to prove me wrong before they finally got through to finishing it off. And the altar, I believe, spawns at 3 minutes, so it will be spawning soon, and it will be spawning just the usual trio, top left, top right, and in the very bottom of the map. Level 4 is now available for both teams as well. And interestingly enough, still waiting on the second talent coming out from the fall side, coming out from Kakarot. Able to DPS pretty heavily on a Magic Master, actually. But not going to be able to provide any kind of pushing value. Just going to be trading a little bit of HP and force Magic Master to kind of pick up the well and get that tap. Now the altars are spawning. Kakarot's currently in the mid lane. Does have flight still, I believe. But the real fight's going to be happening down here. 4 members strong for Frank's Furters. Only 3 by Hot Stads. Now Bog, Dallying Pig. They do have a really good backline. They're pinging onto user air with the condemn. They're able to land it. And the Impale able to zone away a little bit, but not able to land the stun. But Magic Master trying to channel. They need to prevent it. And now they have the stun. They have the Flame Strike as well. Magic Master forced to teleport out. Now Dallying Pig trying to frontline. And they're still trying to clear it. Magic Master will get zoned away by the Flame Strike. Once again, the Impale still not going to stun. The Iron Skin was there, but Godly Noob is going to be here first, knocking down Indecisive. And now they're on to the Deckard Cain, and the old man is going to go down. And it will be just Misha getting hit by the Impale as well. It's starting to get pretty low. And the Totem not going to be able to slow them down enough. But that will be the win going for Hot Stads. They will get that 1 extra altar. The other 2 on the top side were traded evenly. So it will be 8 damage in favor of Hot Stads and 4 in favor of Frank's Furters. So another close team fight. But once they were able to get onto Indecisive, once they were able to get onto that Deckard Cain, that did kind of spell the end of that team fight. Frank's Furters unfortunately cannot keep fighting without that old man throwing down those healing potions filled with, honestly, who even knows. The Sapper Camp is going to get finished off by Hot Stads, and they could look to invade, and it does seem like that could be part of the idea. And they're going to burrow charge immediately by Cragdon, and all 5 members are here. Godly Noob's down here as well. So there will just be a stolen Sapper Camp and a stolen health orb as well. And now she does, Dallying Pig does get bonus stats based off the orb, so that is pretty big. Now Dallying Pig is going to get taken down to half HP. Scroll of Sealing will be able to pull them back. And now they do have the scroll onto the Sapper Camp and just constantly trying to keep them away. And they will be able to clear one of them due to all of those delays. But that's still going to be their gate going down. And they did lose their top cannon tower as well. So the Sapper Camp's really dealing a lot of damage to these structures over in the bot lane as Kakarot going to come back to the mid lane and going to clear out this wave. Already at 13 stacks of Frequent Flyer. KT going to be getting the Mana Addict quest done soon. And now they are going to be looking. Bog's going to be in a bad spot. Will get stunned up. Impale as well. Trying to survive. Has the extra spell armor. And with the healing coming out of Indecisive, will be fine for now. And it's the final health potion does come through from Indecisive. They will be okay. And Dowling Pig taking a little bit of poke from Living Bomb as well. But again, with Indecisive's health potions there, they will all heal back up to full. Cue Ball going to land a couple stuns just to buy some more space from the Rexar. As the Burrow Charge used by Krogden as well just to get to safety. Now double Health Orb has been picked up. And it will once again be that usual trade for damage going towards each. Now they are looking towards Dowling Pig, but with the Iron Skin, they couldn't go in. They couldn't full commit. But now both teams looking to clear the waves. Level 10's about to ding over for Hot Stats. And they finally do get it. They do have a moment of advantage, but there's really nothing on the map for them to take. They could try and hide in this brush, but there's no real reason for Frankfurters to rotate right now unless they want to attack from behind. Now that could be their idea. Krogden has a good inside track, looking towards Boggs and Indecisive. Boggs is going to get stunned up and the Impale as well. And Flame Strike will get dodged away, but Boggs will bring out the healer, but it's not going to be fast enough. Indecisive also in a bad spot, and it's a 2-0 in favor of Hot Stads. As once again, they just bring all 5 members to the bot lane, and they're just able to get massive victories from it. Now Flame Strike gonna get popped to clear the wave. Condemn lands on a 4. Just trying to keep this bell tower alive. Now they haven't really been able to get too much damage onto it yet, but they very well may be able to after a little bit. Now Godly Noob gonna be playing on the top side, trying to trade with DJ Cold Cuts. And able to just knock away the Misha. Just trying to buy a little bit of time. Only needs to knock it away one more time. DJ Cold Cuts is here as well and will be able to finish it off, but losing quite a bit on the health as now Kakarot is here as well. DJ Cold Cuts is pretty low. No mana either. Disintegrate going off over the backline. Kakarot and DJ Cold Cuts are low, and they will trade back 1-for-1. The Ardent Defender is going to be there as well, but Magic Master is going to be the one to go down. Boggs now caught in the middle of everyone. No one there for support. Flame Strike going to get the kill, and it's a 3-for-1 and a camp in favor of Hot Stads. And now they should be able to get both altars up here as well. As Hot Stads, they're playing really well right now. That's going to be 4, and that's going to be another 4. Just landing onto the court.
Like all the others.
And now with that, we are going to be going over to the bot side. But now it's 32-20. Their core, is really starting to get low. Half HP now. And there's over a level advantage for Hot Stads. They're about to hit level 13 here. Just need one more minion and they will get it. But they don't have wave to push with. Do they want to try and force a fight down here? It is 4v3 as well. They have the talent advantage. But at the same time, they know they have a pretty solid lead. They don't want to risk it too much. But Krogden looking for an angle, but not able to find one quite yet. Just going to try pushing back a little bit onto the fort. A little bit of damage will go down, but that's really it. As Godly Noob will finish off the wall in the mid lane as well. Magic Master trying to clear this wave, but Godly Noob will just be rotating up for now. But the push towards this bot lane bell tower, it's still ongoing. Krogden gotta just chuck the Impale, just trying to get any little bits of poke. But it's gonna add up, I guess, but it's really nothing too meaningful at the moment. And now level 13 is very close for Frankfurters as well, so the power play is almost gone. And the siege camp is going to be back up in 45, so no worries there either. Now Krogden gonna get stunned up. Dowling Pig could be in a bad spot, actually. We'll get traded a bit back and forth, but saving the Iron Skin, knows they have the potions behind them, as level 13 is finally hit by Frankfurters. And now the Gravity Lab's going to get dodged by Dowling Pig. And they will clear away this wave. Actually able to get it down to half HP, and that's more than I thought they'd be able to. Godly Noobs looking for DJ Cold Cuts. Kakarot there for the assist as well. And just has a little bit of slow. Just needs one more hit, and Godly Noob able to get it. But now Boggs looking to try and take the altar, but Magic Master was hit with the cocoon. Boggs is in the front line, will get stunned up, Impale to fall, and Boggs is in a bad spot. Flame Strike as well, but stay a while and listen, will buy a little bit of space. And now the Phoenix will zone them away. Kakarot able to get the altar, and now they're even going to be able to steal the siege camp. It's still 4v5. Dowling Pig trying to position aggressively, but now they have the stun, they have the slow Flame Strike as well. Godly Noob in the backline, able to knock them both into the wall, but the healing is still there. The Ardent Defender has been popped by Godly Noob, but still at full HP, and now the Gravity Lab with the Living Bomb, able to get a decent amount of damage, but Cue Ball will survive just barely thanks for the chain healing from user error. And once again, these fights are all close, but Hot's dads just always seem to get that little bit extra, that little bit of an advantage that they're able to transform into so much more. They almost lost Kakarot, they almost lost Cue Ball in that fight, but it didn't really matter because they didn't lose them, and they were able to take down the one player, DJ Cold Cuts, from Frank's Furters. And that's why the kill score is 7-1. They have still a little bit over a full level lead over Frank's Furters. They will have level 16 soon as well. And now they're still pressing onto this bot side. They have their Sapper Camp. And if they're able to get this pushed in, that will provide quite a bit of damage. But Boggs with the Pepper able to clear away one. Able to clear away two. And all three Sappers will go down. But Dowling Pig is though going to get hit by the Brush Stalker. Living Bomb getting transferred as well with the Impale. Iron Skin will come out. As Dowling Pig will barely survive with the last second potion coming out from Indecisive. As a final Phoenix shot would have finished it off. But Living Bomb and the Flame Strike is getting transferred to those forts. Now 4 members are here. Cue Ball going to get hit by Indecisive. Is the one that's going to get stunned up. Cocoon used onto Magic Master Impale. Going to land onto the backside, but no other plays ready. And they do have their level 16 talents now. As Godly Noob is going to be fighting DJ Cold Cuts, but the real fight's going to be starting down here on the bot side. Hyperion just used for zoning, but Krogden just going to walk right on past it. And now they can really start fighting. Dowling Pig still looking for Krogden. Still able to get a decent amount of trading. And now Blessed Shield able to land onto 3. Indecisive will be able to get it to get the altar. So at least they have that. But now the team fight Krogden able to get onto Indecisive. And now stay a while and listen. But the Impale will cancel it for now. Kakarot trying to get onto the backline, but will get hit by the Scroll of Sealing. But they will still lose the Joanna. And now the Ardent Defender still being popped. None of the top lane altars have been taken out. Godly Noob will provide some space. The Magic Master use the teleport, but there's nowhere to go. Will go down. Flame Strike will take it down. Cue Ball able to get the one on the right side, and Kakarot got the altar on the left. So it's still 2-1 in terms of altars in favor of Hot Stats. And now they're going to look for the boss as well. They're already in the top lane. They're already here. And if they're able to get it, they just need one more altar this game before they do close this game out and get themselves the domination. Now, Frank's Furters, they still definitely want to stop that. And they haven't been losing more experience. Godly Noob pinging onto Boggs. They see this play and will go in immediately after. They're trying to get onto this Rainer as well. Have the slows. And this bell tower is fake. It's not really there. If they're able to just take it down fast enough, they can just jump onto Boggs. Godly Noob will be there, and now the bell tower's gone. The Impale lands, and Boggs will get finished off as well. So now they have Dowling Pig get stunned. They have a lot of damage now. The fort doesn't deal any damage quite yet, but the entire team's just body blocking. Iron Skin was there, and same with the healing, but it just doesn't matter. When you're in the middle of the enemy team for 10 seconds, it doesn't matter who you are. You're not getting away. And now the Sappers will also deal 2 extra damage. So this game could really end whenever. Now Indecisive gonna get caught. Flame Strike not gonna be able to land. As DJ Cold Cuts does have the push in the top side, and the Sapper Camp might be able to land, but one of them will anyway. But Godly Noob in a good position to just get rid of the other 2 and will be safe. With the push happening in the mid lane, they're gonna lose another bell tower on the side of Frank's Furters. And most importantly, it is in this bot side. Indecisive in a bad spot. Does get hit by the Impale, but no DPS here to follow. Kakarot going to come down here now. And now the Gravity Lapse does land onto Boggs. Same with the Flame Strike Living Bomb combo. Able to deal quite a bit of DPS there. But they do need to start pressing forward. Misha coming through over the top. Godly Noob just trying to zone them away, and Kakarot's already on this, and now they will be able to prevent it, but the team fight still has to come through. The fight's happening on two sides. Now Boggs will go down. Bogdan looking for Magic Master. One final auto from Kakarot will get it. Stay a while and listen is there. DJ Coldcuts aiming on the backside. Kakarot starting to get low. Dowling Pink just needs a little more damage, but they're still able to win out this fight. Krogden will be able to take down DJ Coldcuts, Dowling Pig. All 5 members are gone, and with that, they will be able to get the final altar, and the final few shots all going to land onto the core as Hod's dad's able to get another domination. And with that, that will be the game that will be the series. 2-0 for Hot's Dads. And this game number 2 was definitely way more in control. I mean, you can even see by the DPS charts. Boggs was in 3rd place, but everyone else in the top 5 was a member of Hot's Dads. User error bringing up the rear, but still number 1 in healing, able to provide a lot of just raw stats there this game. I mean, when you win 16-1, the stats are always going to look good, so not too surprising. Just really well played as a team, as a draft, and just overall strategically and mechanically, Hot's Dads just look superior today. Now I'm going to go see if I can find an interview, so give me one moment. Da-da-da. Where even is this shot? There it is. All right, let me just get this set up over on my OBS as well because Discord's annoying. All right, let's see if anyone's able to join. And it looks like we will be having someone join. So just going to be a matter of time. A lot of people joining. Hello, hello. Oh. Sorry, can you speak now? I had all of you muted on the stream. Okay, I think they can hear you now.
All the dads.
But I am joined by basically every single dad. Who am I missing here?
Krogdon. He had to go be a dad.
Unlucky. All right, well, either way, welcome all of you, and congratulations on your 2-0 against Frank's Furters.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, I guess my first question is, walk me through that strategy on Brax's holdout, where you had the kind of 2-3 setup. Was that always a plan, or did you kind of pivot once you saw how the drafts were going?
It's something we work on here and there. When they went the triple front line, we definitely were trying to pull away from them from having that like heavy front line bottom, but. Yeah, I guess a little bit of a strategy, a little bit of a pivot at the same time. Wasn't expecting the diva after what they showed.
Yeah, the diva definitely came out of nowhere, so I don't think anyone was expecting the diva.
Yeah, no, the diva was good. That was a good spicy pick.
Yeah, and I will say for both those games, I mean, you definitely won pretty hard, especially in that game number 2. But it was back and forth for a while. Like, you were slowly eking out the advantages, but they were able to hold on for a very long time before you were able to get that final little moment where the snowball could really begin. Now, what's it like playing into a team that's that resilient?
It's a lot of fun. First of all, I think these games are like, we do this because we like the game, and so it's fun to have those games that are back and forth. Obviously, it's fun to win too, but it's fun to have games that are back and forth and competitive. I think that's something that we, hopefully, I think is a sign of kind of maturing in this game and understanding that you don't have to go all in on everything. Not every advantage is an advantage that you need to push really hard. And so I think getting incremental advantages across the game allows you to hit a point where you hit mass. Critical mass, and then you can say, okay, now we get to go, finish it off or whatever it is. But yeah, definitely resilient. Definitely the Joanna, who was just seems like always have a health bar and impossible to lock down. So but yeah, really fun back and forth.
Yeah, and especially in that game number 2, you were talking about the Joanna. You had her body block for maybe 10 seconds with no healer, and it still took 10 full seconds as a team of 5 to take him down. But now, with that domination, you get 4 more points, and for a little bit at least, that will put you in second place in Division B East. Still 2 points behind Lafine Keep, and Protectors of Ayur, they're 1 point down, but they also have 1 less game played. Now, where do you expect to end at the end of the regular season, and what are your goals for that?
I think we're hoping to be at the top. We're expecting to be at the bottom, and we're looking forward to next week's game because they've been doing really well. I'm gonna pull out that Samoro I've been working on. It's time.
All right, so if anyone's listening in, ban the Samuro for the scouting report. No, I'm just kidding. I love watching Samuro, especially on all track. Just such a fun hero. As long as I'm not playing.
So slippery, so slippery. Never get caught.
Yeah, exactly. And now with that, I have one final question for all of you. Are there any shoutouts you'd like to give? Is there anything you want to say to your fans out there?
Yeah, appreciate you picking up the stream. Godly was supposed to speak, but he's quiet. Godly, it's your turn. Okay, appreciate you picking up the stream. Shout out to the Tuas and everybody watching, and Blizzard Free Shiggity, and that is all I've got. And appreciate GG's to the team tonight.
All right. Well, thank you for. Oh yeah, anytime, Kakarot. I always try to cast as often as possible, so I'm sure I'll have more of your casts later on in the season as well. But either way, congratulations on your 2-0, and thanks for coming for this interview.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Good night.
Yeah, thank you. Good night.
Yep.
And with that, we are done for now. Yeah, no, 40 minutes is a bit too long. So I will be rating out, but it will be going live again in about half an hour for the second series of the day for this channel, which will be, if I'm remembering correctly, Division B West Bork Side of the Moon versus Roll 1 Esports. So be sure to catch that. Now with that, I'm going to end this stream here, raid you out for some more NGS action, and see you later tonight. Bye-bye for now.